From the mind of Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov.
So the Sennheiser IE 100 Pros. I took these on vacation, and I have to say, I'm very happy with this purchase. $100 for in-ear monitors that sound pretty darn good. So the reason I purchased them mostly was for my vacation rig and also to take on the plane. Because I don't like noise-canceling headphones. I think noise-canceling headphones sound like garbage. So I wanted something that really like in-ear monitors that would just stick in there really good and, preserve the sound of the music that I'm listening to. I was listening to the Louder Milk playlist my whole flight. And I wanted something that didn't have I wanted something that I could stuff into the camera bag that my porta rig is in. So in-ear monitors sounded like a good idea, and I looked these up and they were $100 and they got great reviews, the IE 100 Pro. And people say they actually sound better than the 200 Pro or the 300 Pro. These are very undervalued, right? And I'm like, okay, that's good praise. I'll take them and check them out. And if I only use them to travel, then hey, that's great. But overall, I mean, for $100 for in-ear monitors, I mean, that's a great deal. I mean, they only have like one driver, right? So they're very simple, like old school style, like in-ear headphones. But the fit is great, even with just the standard ear plug, because it comes with a little, different size attachments depending upon the size of your ear hole. If you have a giant, like well of an ear hole, you may have trouble. You may have trouble getting a good fit, but these fit right in. And they're cool because they have this little hook on there. So they really stick in there. You just kind of, do this. You may have seen me do this in that video where I'm cutting the VO in the hotel room, but these work perfectly. And they sound really good like for that. What I mean by they sound really good is they have a pretty flat response. It's not completely neutral, but overall they're of the flattish nature that makes them more reference-like than consumer-like. Now, I like a good consumer headphone. In the booth, I use these, the DT700 Pro X, and mostly it's because they have a consumer-leaning sound. So I really have a better idea like what my stuff is going to sound like, on a consumer device, as opposed to, flat reference-style headphones. These are a little bit flatter. I used to use the Yamaha, MPH-8, which were very flat. And I wasn't really pleased with my results because I found that I was listening to it was able to help me find the flaws in my recordings better. But when I switched to more consumer style, these are probably more creator style headphones. That my results were better, and I actually think that this is one of the many tools that I acquired that helped me land more auditions. Actually. I don't have any percentage numbers. I don't have any data to back that up, but I feel like I was gigging a little bit more, like landing a few more jobs when I switched to these because I had a better sound that probably sounded more like what the producers were looking for. Because, you got to remember too that when producers for voiceover stuff, especially if you do a lot of stuff that pairs with picture, all right, or a lot of broadcast-related stuff. If you do that kind of stuff, the people who are listening back to your auditions aren't listening back on flat studio monitors. 90% of them are listening to your auditions on a phone, or through a laptop, or through headphones that are probably more consumer-based, like the headphones that they wear while commuting to work on the subway. And overall, there's great value in understanding what you sound like through many different sources. So I thought, you know what, these might actually be good in the booth. And when I had to cut that VO on vacation, which was fun, I was happy to do it because it took 10 minutes of my time to just set up everything and make sure that, and, boom, do it. And, but overall, these, as for $100, These to me are essential now. If these broke, which I don't think they will, because they feel like they're pretty well made. Here, let me just crank this out my ear again. I mean, they feel like they're pretty well made. I feel like they could take the rigors of daily use in the booth. And I do like the IEM in the booth. I do, because there's another thing that really has bothered me about headphones in general. And that is like when you have to wear them all day. I got headphones on hours every day, sitting here doing stuff, editing, cutting, etc., etc. When you have them on all day, my ears kind of stick out at the top here, right here. And so this part of my ear gets like, I get abrasion from some headphones, like the Yamahas, which I abandoned. I don't want to say I abandoned. The Yamahas I retired. They were the cup wasn't really deep, so it kind of rubbed against my ear. And the ATX M50, the Audio-Technica ones that everybody has. Those I didn't like either, and then I got a deeper headphone cup, like a pad on it, a thicker headphone pad, but it changed the soundscape of the headphones, so I wasn't really understanding truly what I was putting out. But these, you don't get that, and you get really good isolation. They're comfortable. I can see wearing these all day, gigging all day. So overall, you know what? I'm gonna give a thumbs up. I need some kind of rating system. What would I give these out of 10? I would give these a solid 8 out of 10. I mean, I don't know what I would want out of these, because I'm not really looking for something that sounds too bright, and they're not too bright, too bassy. They're not perfect, but I think for what they are, for $100, I would definitely buy these over those Sonys. Those Sonys over-ear ones? I can't even remember what they're. Vacation was so amazing that it's just blown out my whole mind. I've had like a mental enema. So like I just feel like all the little details, like what the number is of those Sonys that everybody has. Everybody's been using. I don't remember because it's not important. I would buy these over those any day of the week. These are great. I'm gonna use these more, but I just wanted to say that the Sennheiser IE 100 Pro, if you're looking at these and you think $100 is something you want to spend on an IEM, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Your mileage may vary, but I'm a fan. You're also listening to the SE Electronics 4400, which I just received. They sent it over. I'm very happy. I'm very happy to be demoing this. So you got a twofer today. You heard me talking into the SE 4400 in cardioid, or am I in hypercard? I don't know. Hold on. I can't see. I'm in hypercard. But I will be doing more demos with this. And again, the Sennheiser IE 100 Pros, the wired ones. I hear the Bluetooth ones don't sound as good, but I would never use Bluetooth in the booth. These are killer. Again, for $100, I couldn't be more pleased. And for flying, I would think in a loud environment, in any loud environment, because I mean, when you're on a plane, you've got this pervasive like rumble. Right? And I mean, I was able to tune it all out and listen to my Louder Milk playlist. I was very happy. So, yeah. All right. So what do you think? Are you into in-ear monitors? Do you want to get into in-ear monitors? Because this might be the gateway to in-ear monitor land. Check it out. All right. Till next time, this is Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov, fading to black.